Good morning, everyone. This is your daily news report and fourth stimulus check update, where we cover the latest stimulus news and information for today. Congress will return from its summer recess later this month, and some Democrats are already gearing up for a political fight with each other. Democratic lawmakers are looking to pass their $3.5 trillion spending package after the House and the Senate approved the blueprint for the budget. Democratic lawmakers are looking to pass their $3.5 trillion spending package after the House and the Senate approved the blueprint for the budget bill last month. The ambitious legislation encompasses much of Joe Biden's economic agenda, including proposals to expand access to affordable child care, invest in climate-related initiatives, and broaden Medicare coverage. But to get the bill passed, Democrats will first need to reach an agreement on the cost of this legislation. Centrist Democrats, including Senators Kyrsten Sinema and Joe Manchin, have expressed great concern about the bill's $3.5 trillion price tag, while progressives have indicated they will fiercely oppose any attempt to cut the funding in the proposal. So everyone, what are your thoughts about what Senators Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema are doing? Do you agree or disagree with them? Please leave your thoughts in the comment section below. With his entire economic agenda hanging in the balance, Biden will have to convince the two fractious wings of his party to come together and pass a comprehensive spending package. And given Democrats' extremely narrow majorities in both the House and the Senate, there is virtually no room for error. Despite warning signs of intra-party friction over the cost of this budget, Congresswoman Susan DelBene, who chairs the centrist New Democratic Coalition, said the House's focus right now should be on the content of the legislation. Back in the Senate, Majority Leader Chuck Schumer is attempting to advance the bill using reconciliation, meaning that Democrats do not need any Republican support to pass the legislation. But the 50-50 split in the upper chamber means that every single Democratic senator must be on board to get this bill approved. Chuck Schumer has been clear-eyed about the challenges ahead for the legislation. Shortly after the Senate approved the blueprint for the bill in a party-line vote last month, Chuck Schumer had told reporters, "We have labored for months and months to reach this point, and we have no illusions. Maybe the hardest work is yet to come." Joe Manchin proved Schumer's point last Thursday when he called for a strategic pause in advancing the spending package. Joe Manchin told news reporters, "While some have suggested this reconciliation legislation must be passed now, I believe that making budgetary decisions under artificial political deadlines never leads to good policy or sound decisions. I, for one, will not support a $3.5 trillion bill or anywhere near that level of additional spending without greater clarity about why Congress chooses to ignore the serious effects inflation and debt have on the existing government programs." Bernie Sanders, the chairman of the Senate Budget Committee, responded to Manchin's warning, threatening to torpedo the bipartisan infrastructure bill if the spending package is not approved. Sanders stated, "Rebuilding our crumbling physical infrastructure, such as roads, bridges, water systems, is very important. Rebuilding our crumbling human infrastructure, healthcare, education, climate change is more important. No infrastructure bill without the $3.5 trillion reconciliation bill." Everyone, the key word for this video is feather. If you're interested in winning a $100 Walmart gift card please make sure to subscribe, turn on the bell notification, like this video, and also comment below today's key word. Thank you so much, everyone.
As opportunities for children and families grow, America will grow and prosper. Now, as Health Subcommittee Chairman myself, my particular concern is health care. Because in Texas, our governors placed their political ambition above the health care needs of their citizens, Texas rejected 100% initial federal funding to extend Medicaid to an estimated 2 million Texans who've been denied a program that would have assured them access to a family physician and necessary medicines. In all over a decade, about 6 million American citizens in 13 states have never gotten any benefit from the Affordable Care Act. As the Latino civil rights advocates at Unidos have recently noted, the unfortunate reality is that many Americans continue to be shortchanged based on the states in which they live. Narrowing that coverage gap is the most important policy to reducing health inequities, preventing maternal mortality, and addressing the substance use crisis. This can be achieved immediately, opening the Affordable Care Act marketplace plans to those economically disadvantaged Americans, eventually perhaps with a federal Medicaid.
Progressive groups have echoed Sanders' argument, insisting that every component of the $3.5 trillion legislation is vital. Bernie Sanders had initially called for spending $6 trillion on the budget bill, so progressives already view the current price tag as a concession. Despite the war of words between moderates and progressives, the White House has continued to express confidence that Congress will ultimately reach an agreement on the legislation. The risk of this tragedy is that, in trying to pass everything, Biden and congressional Democrats may end up with nothing. The White House and leaders in Congress are considering a fourth payment for all Americans. There has been movement on negotiations, including online petitions and letters from lawmakers to President Biden. Progressive Democratic lawmakers proposed legislation that would hand over recurring stimulus checks or guaranteed income, with monthly payments of up to $1,200 for adults and $600 for children. The Sending Unconditional Payments to People Overcoming Resistance to Triumph Act and the Genuine Progress Indicator Act is legislation designed to build a 21st century economy that is reflective of Americans' everyday needs. Governor Gavin Newsom approved a budget that includes a $100 billion California Comeback Plan. That plan includes $12 billion in stimulus payments that will go to middle-class families in the state of California. Nearly 2/3 of Californians will qualify for that stimulus check of $600. Qualified families with children will get an additional $500, and those payments were to start in September. First responders, including officers, EMTs, and firefighters, will get a one-time relief payment of up to $1,000 through the Florida's Heroes Initiative. More than 4,000 low-income households will receive a one-time payment of $750 in emergency financial assistance after a $5 million appropriation from the state of New Mexico. The payment will go to low-income residents who did not receive federal stimulus payments. Yahoo News reported that teachers in the state of Tennessee will also receive a big bonus. Everyone, thank you so much for joining me here this morning.